Yeah, this religious system that's seeking to dominate the world is mainly focused in the Middle Eastern countries right now, but it is spreading to the African countries, the European countries, and the goal is to spread to the West also and take over. That is the plan. This religious system teaches that it is okay for its believers to fight and to kill in the name of their God to get people to, or to make people accept their religious doctrine. So it's okay for them to lie, to steal, and to kill in order to advance their religious and to reach their religious goal of world domination. We in America and in the Western countries, but mainly I'm talking about America. We should not be so gullible and be deceived by the tricks of Satan. He's a master deceiver. So yeah, his followers are gonna come clothed in or with a costume on of peace and righteousness and whatnot. They're gonna come talking about peace, and they will try to make you think that they are a peaceful religion, peaceful people. But all we have to do is look around at what's going on in the world where these so-called peaceful people live and predominate and dominate, and where their government rules at. And look at how they run their countries. So do you really think that once they get over here and in America and become strong enough to dominate, to get laws passed, you think that they're not going to, that they're going to change their colors, or they're going to change the way they really are? Okay, I'm gonna start giving reports of what's going on in the world, so that we can be, people in America can be warned, and so that Christians can wake up and start praying and contacting their congressmen, their politicians, to promote and advocate freedom of religion in these other countries. I mean, if we're gonna be going around giving money to help build other countries and giving money to help support other countries, sending our troops over there to fight for other countries that be free, supposedly to have democratic societies, but yet they're over there persecuting and killing Christians, that seems to be kind of hypocritical to me. We need to look at, we need to wake up and look at who these politicians are that's running for these government offices over here, and especially the president, the office of the president. We need to look at these candidates and look at their record and see where they stand on the issues, Christian issues such as abortion rights, abortion, homosexuality, their treatment, the way they treat our ally, our only democratic ally in the Middle East, Israel, and what matter of fact, what do they do for Christian liberties and to advance Christian liberties and freedom of speech in this country? What is their stand? You can't vote for somebody just because they belong to one party or another. You can't vote for them because they are one color or another color, or one race or another race, or whatever they might even say they are Christian, but you can't go by that, because the Satan is a liar. and his followers are liars too and deceivers. So they would, a lot of times people will tell you anything to get what they want. So we have to be wiser than that. We have to, as Christians, we need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on. But here's one report. I'm going to start out with this one report, but in the videos that's following, I'm going to give many more reports and from documented sources. And I'll tell you my sources so that you can go look it up for yourself. This report comes from CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network. It's a report that they gave that says the United Nations representative has called on Iran to release a pastor that they have condemned to sentence to death. And it says the United Nations Special Representative has publicly called on the Iranian government to release Pastor Youssef Nardakhani, who is facing the death sentence for refusing to recant his faith in Christ. This is in Iran, a country that's seeking to get nuclear weapons, by the way, and who hates Israel and has stated that they're going to wipe Israel off the map. Nardakhani faces possible execution for his conversion to Christianity, according to the American Center for Law and Justice. UN Special Reporter Ahmed Shahid expressed his concern over Iran's repeated violations of human rights in a speech Thursday to the General Assembly's Social, Humanitarian, Cultural Affairs Committee, also known as the Third Committee. The special report was particularly disturbed by a recent ruling of the Supreme Court that upheld a death sentence for Youssef Nardakhani, Pastor Youssef Nardakhani in Iran. He's a Protestant pastor who was reportedly born to Muslim parents but converted to Christianity when he was 19 years old, Shahid said. Shahid also told the committee about the Iranian judiciary's attempts to silence lawyers who would help their clients. He mentioned that Nardakhani's attorney, Muhammad Ali Dadkar, has been sentenced to 9 years in prison. So they sentenced his attorney to prison also. Most lawyers in Iran are charged with acting against national security, insulting the supreme leader, and spreading propaganda against the regime, according to Shahid. The American Center for Law and Justice continues to work to have Nardakhani released. The group said the growing international pressure has helped keep the pastor alive. The American Center of Law and Justice Executive Director Jordan Sekelo said difficulties have come up for the Iranian prosecution in the case because the 34-year-old pastor didn't fit the definition of an apostate according to Iranian law. So far, nearly 200,000 Americans have signed the American Center for Law and Justice petition to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to pressure Iran for Pastor Nardakhani's release. So that's one report right there that's going on right now. In Iran, they're holding this pastor prisoner. They got him on a death sentence because he refused to deny his faith in Jesus Christ. And so that's why I'm saying this religious system, there is a religious system in the world that exists today that is trying to spread its influence all over the world. And according to the Bible prophecy, this is the spirit of the Antichrist. This religious spirit, this religious system is the spirit of the Antichrist. And one day when the Antichrist comes, and there is going to be a one world government, he's going to be the head of it. And Christians, he's going to make war against the saints, according to the Bible. So we see Bible prophecy is beginning to be fulfilled right now.